Hello and welcome. Hassam and I want to give you an idea of the Beautiful Mind course. It was initially developed by Yasmin Moutawi. This is a two-pronged course that aims to teach students to make the transition from basic, descriptive, high school writing to university-level academic writing and analysis. We want them to be able to read critically in order to extract meaning, to analyze, to interpret. We want to highlight real-life connections through interaction with a variety of written texts and other media. Along with the critical writing, critical thinking, we teach them to evaluate ideas, evaluate coverage of media events and issues before either accepting or formulating an informed opinion or conclusion. We also focus on oral communication as well as the written, so that they learn to engage constructively and respectfully, especially, in discussions and arguments, and express their opinions in a persuasive manner, in an appropriate manner, either individually or in groups. Of course, we highlight different text types in RHET in order to show a variety of formal and informal styles, depending on the purpose and the audience. Again, the aim is to teach students to argue effectively for their ideas. The core class, of course, gives us the forum and the space for a greater and deeper exploration of the issues that they will write about in RHET class. As regards the 21st century skills and knowledge outcomes, our purpose is for students to contextualize their own educational experiences at AUC and see how these will project into their personal and professional spheres. We also examine the impact of education upon all different spheres of life, debating the meaning of success, motivation, creativity, mental discipline, and life skills and ethics. After all, our students are and always will be the agents of change of the future. Here are our beautiful course outcomes. Briefly, I will comment on those that we haven't mentioned before. Perhaps a good starting point here is a discussion of what might be the optimum conditions for learning, whether in the class setting or as extracurricular learning. This is especially important, I think, because most of our students come from a very rigid school environment where participation and original thought were very much discouraged. So creating a safe environment for class sharing and class participation and discussion is of paramount importance. Defining creativity may be a natural follow-up to the first point, and several of our anchor readings deal with this issue, as you will see. Another topic we discuss in depth is the purpose of a liberal arts education. Again, we might see the advantages of this kind of education, obviously, but it is a fairly new concept for most of our students here. In preparing for the job market, or talking about what would be required, we examine the relationship between education and success and consider what skills would be needed to meet today's challenges, which are quite different, as you all know, from when we were growing up. This course ties together thought-provoking texts that encourage an interest in educational reform for the future. And of course, this is why we discuss the impact of culture on education, as indeed it touches upon every sphere of life.
So basically what I'll be doing now is walking you through the anchor reading for the core course. The main text for the course is Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers, the Story of Success, where he takes us through the journey into the life of many very well accomplished entrepreneurs and others who are not very well made, and he attributes their success or failure to some factors, and it's very eye-opening for the students. The second one is Howard Gardner, The Ethical Mind, where he explores 3 factors that affect thinking ethically. Amy Chua, Why Chinese Mothers Are Superior, is a text that exposes cultural differences with regards to parenting. Another one also is Levitt and Dubner on parenting and economics, which talks about parenting and education, but from a very different perspective. Edward de Bono, Six Thinking Hats, is an article that the students explore through practical use in class activities. Runco and Jaeger, the standard definition of creativity, gives the student some basic ideas about what creativity is and how it's achieved and acquired. The Prakash Nair 30 Strategies for Education and Innovation is an article they use to create their online videos. They select one of the strategies or more, and then they create the sales pitch for it. Lastly is the Salman the learning myth. Well, I'll never tell my son he's smart, and that's a mix of educational strategy, self-conception, and of course parenting. The assignments in the course are quite related to the readings and the content. The first thing they do is a reflection paper that is worth 5%, and this is on Outliers on Chapter 1. And mainly what happens here is that everyone does the reflection on this chapter. And the second assignment, which is worth 10% of the grade, is the educational poster group presentation. The students will create a poster to market educational strategy, and they present this in group form in class. The second reflection paper is worth 10%, and they discuss the home as an educational microcosm. The third reflection paper is worth 15%, and it's what they have learned about learning and how will they use these skills effectively in their practical, professional, and personal lives. The most practical assignment they have is worth 20%, and it's creating an educational video, and that is based on the Prakash Nair article I talked about earlier. Cumulating the briefing paper is based on the 10 learning outcome questions in the syllabus that Shireen talked about earlier. And of course, the ongoing assignment is blog entry that is worth 5%. So every student, every 2 students blog on one chapter after chapter 1 in Malcolm Gladwell's book, and the blogs are posted on the Google Plus community page that we've created. And of course, students will interact by posting in their comments and their likes on the Google Plus community page.
Okay, Hussam and I have used the Google Plus platform, which he will show you in a minute, for the past 4 semesters, and it's been a wonderful, great success. It is actually reproducing the social media scene that they know so well through Facebook and so on, and of course they love it. It allows us as moderators, both of us, to upload and communicate all our course requirements to the students, as well as encouraging them to be active participants in that they share blogs and their readings and their photos, their video projects, or any interesting links that they come across with the class. For our teaching colleagues next semester, Hussam and I will give you access to our previous Google Plus community site so that you can see what it looks like and how we've used it. It's really very self-explanatory. On it you will find all the necessary documents that you can download, such as syllabus, weekly schedules, list of anchor readings, an example of our attendance sheets, a list of assignments and the rubrics we use with them, as well as the student video projects. When they're done with their educational videos, they do upload them themselves to the tab that we'll see, and Hussam is going to take you through the site in more detail.
In the coming part, I will be giving you an orientation to our Google Plus community page. First, I'll start showing you how to get there. So the first thing you want to do is from your mail, AUC email inbox, you click on the apps button here on top, and then you're going to choose the G next to a plus. When you do that, you have directed yourself into the Google Plus page that is attached to your own mailbox. Next, hover over to Communities right over here, and then on top, to search for our community, type in core 1010, and then you'll see the page that we have created. Now you can access this page by requesting to join, and we'll definitely, Shireen and I, grant you permission to join it. This is what the community page looks like when you are granted permission to join it. First, you have all the questions, the outcomes that are related to our theme. You have the title of the page here, Core 1010, A Beautiful Mind. And actually, this is a page that we did earlier, about a year ago. You can see all the sections that we've created here, including tabs, different tabs for different functions. So if you click on syllabus, you have access to both our syllabi, mine and Shireen's. Okay, you can click any of those, and then you can go through the detailed syllabus, the course syllabus. Okay, and then if you go back to the Google Plus page, you'll see that we've also uploaded a weekly schedule with a distribution of tasks for the whole semester. Another tab that we've created is the assignments, and this shows the weights of all the assignments that we spoke about earlier in our presentation. Another part here that is important is the blog entries, and this is interactive. As you can see, our students will blog, 2 students in every class will blog on a chapter from Gladwell's book, and you can see here that we did that collectively. Both our classes were blogging, and then students from different classes were posting in comments on every blog. The video projects tab shows the outcome. This is based on Prakash Nair article. Our students chose a theme, an educational theme, and created a video. They created the video as a sales pitch for this methodology, and then you'll see that we've also uploaded the readings here. These are elective readings. This is a chapter from the book, but actually the full text you'll find uploaded under the syllabus here. That's a full digital copy of Malcolm Gladwell's book Outliers. So you can see here that the Google Plus page is quite comprehensive because it gathers all the tools that are needed by the students and also enables them to communicate with us and with each other through this page. We hope that you've enjoyed this walkthrough and looking forward to seeing you with our theme.